Imagine being the only black woman on a military base where arrogance wears medals and respect is just another word on a plaque. That was Lieutenant Amara Hayes, quiet, precise, and far too composed for men who thought authority meant aggression. But one afternoon during a heated drill, someone tried her patience. And let's just say, he picked the wrong soldier to grab. Because in a split second that left the entire base silent, Amara didn't just defend herself, she flipped the entire power dynamic on its head. One moment, the colonel thought he had control. The next, he was the one caught off guard, staring up at the woman he'd just underestimated. That's when everyone realized the quiet ones aren't weak, they're just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Before we go any further, welcome to Voices Unchained. Comment where in the world you're watching from, and make sure to subscribe because tomorrow's story is one you definitely don't want to miss. The military base moved like a machine, boots hitting concrete, orders echoing, metal glinting in the sun. Routine kept everyone sharp except for Colonel Mercer. Decorated, sure, but behind those medals hid a man who measured worth by skin tone and gender. To him, Amara was the diversity pick, a box checked to make the unit look progressive. You could see it in the way his eyes narrowed when she spoke, as if her words needed translation. Amara felt it too. The sidelong glances, the whispered jokes that stopped when she walked in. She'd learned to let silence be her armor, let them think she was passive. It made the reveal that much sweeter. The day of the drill was brutal, heat rising off the ground, tempers running high. Mercer's patience thinned with every small mistake his soldiers made. "Pick it up," he barked. "You move slower than recruits on their first day." When Amara stepped forward to correct a tactical formation, his jaw tightened. "Lieutenant Hayes," he snapped, voice dripping sarcasm. "Did they teach you command tactics in whatever special program they pulled you from? Or just how to look good for PR photos?" A few soldiers smirked. Others looked down. They all felt that line cross, but no one moved. Amara kept her posture straight. "Sir, if we adjust the left flank." "I didn't ask for your adjustments," Mercer cut her off, stepping closer. "You're here to follow, not instruct." You could almost hear the air crack as tension filled the space. She met his stare, calm as glass. That calm infuriated him. He moved forward, too close, too fast, grabbed her by her hair, and yanked her back with a cruel sneer. For a heartbeat, the yard froze. A colonel manhandling a subordinate. It was beyond acceptable. Every soldier's eyes locked on Amara, waiting to see her crumble in humiliation. But she didn't flinch, didn't beg, nor shout. Instead, Amara's mind went silent, training taking over. One breath, one shift of balance, and she redirected his momentum. The colonel found himself staring at the sky, his wrist locked and his dignity scattered like dust. No one breathed. Boots that had been pounding seconds earlier stood still. You could have heard a pin drop. Amara released him instantly, stepping back with composure that almost seemed rehearsed. "Respect isn't taken by force, Colonel," she said evenly. "It's earned." Can you believe she actually said that, right there in front of everyone? But she did. And the best part? No one dared move. Mercer stayed on the ground longer than pride should allow. His face reddened, not from pain, but realization. The move she'd used wasn't standard combat training. It was something sharper, cleaner. He knew it. Everyone knew it. Whispers rippled through the ranks that night. Turns out Lieutenant Amara Hayes wasn't just another officer climbing the ladder. She'd once been part of a covert unit, the Phoenix Division, an elite program built to end conflicts before they began. Most soldiers didn't even know it existed. But Amara did, because she'd been forged in it. And just like that, the narrative shifted. The same soldiers who'd traded whispers behind her back now stood taller when she passed, not because of fear, but because respect had finally found its rightful owner. Colonel Mercer? He never laid hands on anyone again. In meetings, his booming voice softened whenever Amara entered the room. Sometimes he'd even stand a little straighter, as if trying to erase the memory of that day. You could say he learned a lesson in humility, or maybe he just learned that silence can be louder than rank. Either way, the base never forgot, because sometimes the quietest warrior carries the loudest truth, and Amara Hayes made sure everyone heard it. And if that story made you sit up a little straighter, hit like, share it with someone who's ever been underestimated, and subscribe to Voices Unchained. Because out here, we don't just tell stories, we set the record straight.